VoyMonk vlog number 44. That's right, last Monday of 2024. Yeah, I know I'm probably running that through with this transition because I think when it comes to the end of the Christmas season and, of course, going into the beginning of New Year's, it's kind of a commemorative time where we post a lot of milestones that probably aren't very significant. So this is the last vlog on a Monday for 2024, and so far it's so far so good. Kind of wondering in terms of what kind of content is going to come from this next couple of weeks here. I know that there's been a lot of things that have happened over the last few months in this last year, so I think it'll definitely be interesting to see where we all kind of fall in terms of our memories, the best commercial. I remember they used to do the best commercials of of the year. I don't know if they still do that, but it was always kind of funny because the thing is about commercials is that growing up in the 80s and 90s, and as much as I really don't like commercials, I can actually find myself sitting back and watching like a Dave's Archives on YouTube where I can just literally watch like hundreds, it feels like, of old commercials that kind of it acts like a time machine and just brings me back to memories that I remember from a long time ago, and oftentimes places that I would be in those times when the watching the commercials and that. I think one of the ones or some of the ones that are the most impactful are like the commercials for toys, where they used to have entire like play sets that were set up to show like what it could look like in your home if you bought GI Joes or He-Man, which of course it never could, because unless somehow your parents were ultra rich and they would put up with you putting entire playset like that in your backyard to give your imagination a break and get to see your little scenarios play out in terms of playing toys with your friends. It's like that was not going to happen. But I also remember, I don't know that the commercials were as often, but they didn't necessarily seem as intrusive. And they also seemed to be a little bit more specific as to what you were being sold, as opposed to the way commercials eventually became, and that you could be watching it for almost a good 20 seconds out of 30, and it wasn't until maybe the last 2 to 5 seconds it would tell you what it was about, or even what it is, who it is that brought it to you in terms of the commercial. And it's like, aside from that, the thing that I remembered the most is them trying to be funny. Because when it comes to commercials, they usually try to appeal to your emotions, whether it's sadness, happiness, whether it's anywhere in between. But basically, that's the carrot, right? And the thing of it is that I think some of the commercials got so carried away with some of the humor that while they were good commercials, but at the end of it, you'd often kind of forget why it is you were watching them to begin with, or what the entire purpose is behind whatever it is they were trying to sell you. And it's like, well, do I really need Geico insurance? I mean, these cavemen are pretty hilarious if you thought so. But yeah, most of the time they really kind of weren't. So yeah, I don't know. It's, but like I said, nowadays it seems as if, I mean, commercials are probably better than they used to be. They certainly don't seem to advertise to kids the way they did with Ronald McDonald and Frosted Lucky Charms. But I can't say the ultimate overall result was healthier. Was health, because it doesn't seem like that really translated too well as far as for that. So I don't know, but yeah, going into this week, the last Monday, I'm also not necessarily looking forward to the news, and not for the reasons that people might think. I mean, going to be always predictably crashes and accidents, and unfortunately people who maybe consume a little too hard. So hopefully that won't be an issue. I think it seems like travel is going to be better under control versus last year, with Southwest being down and having their system, I think it was hacked or something like that. But we'll see. Still got to get through the New Year's. So until my next video vlog, take care.